Hi everyone and welcome back to Chris's Collectible Cars. Hope you're all well. And today I've got another Matchbox Collector's Catalogue. And if you saw in my previous video, I've already reviewed the Matchbox Collector's Catalogue from 1970, and now we're moving through the decade to 1971. And this catalogue once again is 2.5 pence. So this is just before UK decimalisation kind of came in and changed. And there's another thing that's actually changed in 1971 with this collector's catalogue. If I just kind of zoom in a little bit so you can see, it's the actual Matchbox logo. It's kind of changed to the more kind of newer kind of dynamic logo that we kind of know and love today. And I also want to point out the front cover of this catalogue, which I really like, with the two cars kind of speeding down the tunnel. I think that's really cool. And that scorpion as well. Not exactly sure what the scorpion means or what that signifies. I'll probably have to do some research into that, but yeah, I really like the front cover of this catalogue. I think it's really cool. And in just a few moments, we're going to take a look inside and check it out. So watch this space. So I'm just going to open this up now, and I'm not really going to pay too much attention to the kind of tracks because my main kind of focus is more on the cars, but I guess that's kind of answered my question about the Scorpion thing. Matchbox Scorpion's mono circuit. And for 1971, I kind of think that the photography, the artwork, and even the kind of level of technology is actually quite shocking, really. I mean, I wasn't alive back in 1971, but this looks really advanced for the time, considering this is just kind of past the 1960s, and the kind of just the range and the kind of scope of different kind of tracks and different kind of vehicles that you could get as well. But there's some really cool ones. There's the super fast track, some loop-de-loops, a Sky Jack, which looks interesting. Look at that. You can actually drop your cars from quite a height. Really interesting setups here for some of these tracks. Really interesting. I've actually got a few of the Hot Wheels tracks, but not any of the Matchbox ones, especially not any of the old ones. But yeah, now we're onto the cars, and this is where we want to be, kind of the nitty-gritty. So Matchbox super fast, and I just want to point out as well that this catalogue actually has full colour photography this time, not just drawings of the actual cars, but actually photographs of the actual models, which is really cool. And the interesting thing about 1971 in the Matchbox world was there was actually a ton of releases this year, and there was actually a lot of dragsters as well. I know that this catalogue is really dragster heavy, to say the very least, because I guess dragsters were kind of the cool kind of funky thing back in the early 70s. So the first dragster I want to point out is the Wildcat dragster, and this was the first new release this year in 71, and it's kind of based loosely on kind of a Ford Mustang Shelby in design, and you've got an exposed kind of engine as well, and those green kind of tinted windows, which is really cool. So moving on to the next bit, if we can find it, we've got See if we can find any other new releases here. Oh, there's a Cetra coach, and I love the old kind of 1960s, 1970s style coaches. I think they're just beautiful. But that was another new release in 71, the Cetra coach, if I can say it. And I think that's it for that one. Ah, there we go. I just can get it out of the light. That's the Freeman Intercity Commuter. That's another new release. Kind of looks a little bit like a Fiat Multiplayer or something like that. It's kind of hard to know which is actually the back or the front of this thing, but that's an interesting model, to say the very least. Very unique design. Ah, the Beach Buggy. That's another new release for 1971. Lots of buggies, lots of dragsters in this edition. And this one kind of has, it's a really nice colour actually, nice purple colour. But I don't know about the speckle design. And here's another new release for 71. It's beautiful Mercedes 230 SL. And I know this kind of came with a roof as well, but also it looks like this one is a convertible version. Then there's the Racing Mini, which is also another new release for 1971, number 29, in this lovely red colour. Just before, I think, the days of the Mini Clubman. But I really love the Racing Mini. I think that's great. Very, very cool. So moving on, we've got the Formula One racing car. The Merriweather Marquee fire engine. Again, another new release. Hot Rod Jaguar. Kind of almost looks like something from the Jetsons. That old kind of cartoon. And I'm just going through these gradually, just so you can check out all the pictures. It's nice to see some kind of full colour artwork, which is pretty good for 1971, because a lot of things, even kind of up to the 80s, were kind of printed in black and white mostly. But they see the Ford Zodiac Mark IV, very cool. And here's another new release for 71, the Ford Capri with the black hood with the exposed engine that kind of opens. Loved the Mark I Ford Capri. Probably my most favourite out of all the Capris, I'd say. We've got a kennel truck with some dogs in the back. That unique BMC. Is it 1800 Farina? Pininfarina? Kind of looks suspiciously like a Citroen, but an Americanized version. We've got an Eccles Caravan, an 8-wheel tipper, a Rat Rod Dragster, and a Dodge crane truck. That's beautiful. I love some of the old trucks from the 70s. I love a lot of the classic cars though, 60s, 70s stuff. There was just so much uniqueness and character in a lot of the cars. There's the Porsche 910. We saw that released last year in 1970 in the last catalogue. Standard Jeep. Mercury Commuter. I believe that's a new one. I know that there was a police car as well, a cop car that was released in 71. The Alfa Carabao. Now that was a 71 release, brand new for that year. And it's kind of a concept car. I kind of like it, even though it's a concept car, and a lot of those kind of futuristic cars were kind of released kind of periodically, sporadically through the kind of decade. So what we're moving on to now is some more tracks. This is the Matchbox Zoom Around track. Got some nice full colour artwork again. Man, very, very cool. Matchbox motorway extension. You've actually got the potential to build some pretty big tracks here. Now we're moving on to the Super Kings. The Scamo Heavy Rack Truck. That's really nice in the gold kind of colour. We've got a tractor and a digger. I believe the cement mixer was one of the... there it is, a cement mixer. That was a new release for 71. The cement mixer. Got a refuse truck, a racing car transporter. A car transporter. Some more cool looking trucks. The Merryweather fire engine, that was the actual proper 1971 release for the Super Kings range, the bigger scale Merryweather fire engine. Scammell tipper truck, again, another new release in a bigger size. And the Speed Kings, the Cougar Dragster, brand new for 71. I love that. That's amazing, in the pink colour. Then there's a Dodge Dragster as well, again, new for 71. Mercury Police Car, new for 71. And the Lamborghini Miura, I know, came with a boat carrier as well. In fact, that's the new release for 71, the Miura with the sea burst set, with the nice looking speedboat at the back, kind of attached to it. Matchbox super sets. And we've got some buildings here, the auto sales, a service station with forecourt and a service ramp. And some collector's cases, a super duper hooper looper. And then we're on to the vintage kind of classics. There is one new release for 71, and I believe it's the Packard Victoria, number 115, 1930. I'm pretty sure it is. Interesting looking cars from the early 1900s. And there you have it. That's the 1971 Matchbox Collector's Catalogue. And I hope you enjoyed it. It was nice kind of scanning through. I've actually got the 70 version here as well. So that's 2 in my collection now. And I'm hoping to kind of expand on my collection of catalogues in the future and kind of work my way through the decade of the 1970s and through to the 80s and 90s and take you on a kind of historical trip of Matchbox as it was released in catalogue form, which is really, really cool, really, really exciting. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out my Instagram, which is also known as Chris's Collectible Cars. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.